Okay, so this is where we went for Ride All Day Day. If you don't know, Ride All Day Day is a day where you ride all day. Of course, I started my Ride All Day Day at Dear Diary, my coffee shop, and then I rode through the UT campus because my destination was Double Trouble, the new coffee shop up on North Loop. It is Barrett's and Vegan Nom combined. That was my destination because I knew that the Austin Coffee Ride would use that as their store stop, and I wanted to meet up with those guys. They meet every Friday at 7 a.m. by the way, at Go Valley Park, and they go to a different coffee shop every time. They've been to my coffee shop once. They go to each one once. Anyway, they came pretty much right after I did. So we mingled. And then my good friend Brin and her family were there. So after everyone left, I just rode home with them. And then I looked at Brin's drawings, and then I looked at her son Aristotle's drawings. We've been talking about him making mugs for my shop. He's taking ceramic classes at ACC. But anyway, so... Excuse me.
What's the process for putting decals on mugs?
So Aristotle joined me on this leg of the journey, and our
like minty.
Our destination is REI because that's where Jessica Alexander, my very good friend, wanted to meet us.
Thank you.
This is my favorite part of Shoal Creek, the top near 35th Street, because it's on a ledgy thing, and it's pretty. You can see how pretty it is, but it's also like gnarly too. It's more fun to ride on. The rest of it is pretty tame.
Spice mix.
All of these bridges had pee-pee under them. It was no good. So we're riding down alongside like Shoal Creek.
Used to live under there. It's like, why would you pee exactly where you live?
I know, right? So we're very close to the library right now, riding down Shoal Creek. It goes all the way to Lady Bird Lake. And they've remodeled it too over the decade in a nice way. It's too bad the gnarly gravelly trail is like a section of it fell into the creek, and it's never going to get fixed because it's like partially on private property.
Yeah.
So we are headed to Royal Blue. There we go, because I wanted my second cup of coffee, and I bought Aristotle his very first steamer.
From Please. Oops, sorry. We're just taking over the whole thing. Left.
A steamer is a latte without espresso in it. And then we got him a lavender steamer because his mom's favorite drink is a lavender latte. We got to REI a little early, so we milled about until Jessica got there.
It used to be like a forever policy, and then, I mean, obviously people abuse it, like whoever returned those shoes that were
We were complaining about the REI garage sale.
Yeah, they were obviously worn all year long, and then
tisk,
returned.
tisk, tisk.
Gosh, I hate the puddles under the bridges, because they're always pee-pee puddles.
So then we rode back up Shoal Creek, and our thought was, let's go up Shoal Creek and then get ourselves to Jollyville and then go all the way to Brushy Creek and Cedar Park. There's this really cool cut through here where the train intercepts the highway, so people that are on the lower level are forced to do a U-turn, and commuters have been picking their way through the grass and through this like water retention area forever.
Okay, right.
Then the city caught on, and they were like, oh, let's pave this for them, which was very nice of them, but it's less fun for people that have a sense of adventure. Yeah, that used to be a single track. that cut through takes you right behind the Pickle Research Center.
It's great that she's flying in for this.
And you can cut through the Pickle
phone
Research
app.
Center. It's like safer than trying to take Burnett, because North Burnett is horrible. We had dropped Aristotle off at Kramer Station
Straight. Just step up.
because he was worried about the time and he had to go home. So he took the train home. Oops, oh no.
Okay.
Over here.
Wow. Oh, Chick-fil-A. Right here. Everything is wrong with Chick-fil-A. Oh, I'll come back over.
So here,
Hello.
we are trying to get ourselves over to Jollyville by way of Breaker Lane. It's up north. So then we took a floral something across because there were pretty serious rain clouds, and we were like, let's not ride north anymore because that's where the rain is. So we went to Balcones District Park, where Jessica, who went on like a
enough that it's not muddy.
excuse me, she just went on a 600-mile bike tour, so she's very sensitive to
mulch.
filling up bottles. This was cool because I had never entered Balcones
Oh boy.
this way. It was like brownie top, the dirt texture. At that point, but all the rest of the trails were hero dirt. We were not cutting into them at all.
It just pops out at Walnut Creek. Sort of. It takes us like under the Mopac Bridge. Oh,
This was so beautiful
kind of reminds me of Portland.
because it was wet.
How awesome.
It's never wet here.
And beautiful.
It's 107 here. Except for on that day, high of 87, it was freezing.
That looks more fun. Next time we'll have to do that.
I think there was a way we could have taken the trail all the way to that
Wow.
turnaround thing. That's what I was referring to.
Especially right now because it's like all these leaves falling and... Hi, friend. We'll find out.
Oh, we were about to get real excited here. You'll see.
So just cross over? Oh, look, it's Interlog Loop this way. Do you want to take Interlog on that bike? Yes! Wow, you're so great! Cool!
We were pretty thrilled because we
It's so
didn't
cool
know
that we can access Interlog from the northern trailhead.
that.
Me neither. No, this is very smooth. It's just wiggly.
Interlog is a good warm-up. There's also 0.6, but Interlog is less boring
Yeah, the rain
than
didn't
0.6.
really make these muddy. They're just, it's like hero dirt today.
I really like riding my Fairdale. So I have a full suspension specialized
Yeah.
groomer. Talking about the job
No,
I'm
it's
about to
remote.
start.
Okay. Yeah. All right, we could do that. You just usher me forward.
I am about to run out of batteries here. So it's gonna like cut to us not being at the park anymore pretty soon, I think. Oh no, that's not true. This is Outer Log Loop here, which is more fun. I think everyone agrees, because it's more punchy. There's more elevation change. There's more like texture, a little more rocks, a little more roots.
Interesting when you can see somebody in it.
There's more to think about on Outer Log. But Inner Log, you just go really fast if you want it to be harder, you know? Anyway, back to my Fairdale. So I have a steel, fully rigid, meaning no suspension, bike with, I think it's like 1 3/4 inch
Oh, you can see
knobby
their marks.
650B tires. They're tubeless, of course. And so I ride those tires like nice and squishy.
Yeah, for sure. I get it.
It's a very comfortable ride.
Like, those barely qualify.
They're basically road tires. Like, I'm almost bottoming out, but I'm close.
I mean, they're the same sizes. Like, people ride 40s on the road, you know?
I don't bottom out on that Fairdale because the bottom bracket's really high.
It is like riding in Seattle, though.
But it still feels low,
Well,
like my
'cause
center
it's
of
just
gravity.
like, they have, like, damp forests. Yeah. They just have more loam.
What does Jessica have? She's riding some kind of specialized.
Do you take that bike on CX races?
Yeah.
Are you gonna do the Weberville CX?
I am, but I think I can leave it one day.
Violet Crown is putting on Weberville
Okay, I'm supposed
CX
to be
races if you're in the
catering it.
area.
Maybe.
I think
I'm like working it out
later
with
this
David.
month. I need to figure it out because I'm catering
Yeah,
it.
it's tricky because like Violet Crown
Maybe
is
later
all
next
volunteers too, you know? It's like people take for granted all of the volunteering that other people put into making things happen. There was this one lady on Instagram.
So, back to my Fairdale. So there's nothing I wouldn't take my Fairdale on that I wouldn't take a cross-country bike on, except for, like, significant drops that if I had front suspension would, like, bottom it out because I have very weak shoulders. So they can't take that.
Especially someone like me that I just do stuff, you know? So I don't have much patience for learned helplessness.
That is true. You gotta at least try.
I got unclipped.
Very
Dang
annoying.
it, that makes me mad.
My pedals weren't screwed in tight enough.
Did you get it? My foot
There's a spring.
flew out of my pedal. I need to
And they're very
tighten
loose
them.
right now. And I keep forgetting to take a multi-tool with me, so I just complain about it when I'm riding and then I forget about it when I'm not riding. You know how it goes. So this is the ski slope trail, which was to me the most fun trail we took that day. We only took 3, inner, outer, and ski slope. Oh, and waterfall something. And I guess that was like the detention dam that we had gone down.
Cool, my video got you.
But this ski slope one to me was the most fun because it was the most interesting. Like one more notch up from outer log loop. But outer log loop has some fun descents that ski slope doesn't quite match. It's thundering here in Austin. It's exciting. Never happens. It hasn't rained all summer. Anyway, my batteries are going to run out soon, and so we kind of like cut to us leaving the park in a bitty here. But this video was brought to you by Aristotle's charger thing. Without it, I would not have gotten footage all day. I had to recharge the GoPro a lot. But my Wahoo bike computer, it stayed charged the entire 13 hours that I was out. Or 14.
They do this to us.
This is us traversing North
So I guess
Lamar.
we ride alongside.
Yeah.
We really needed Smoothie King, you guys, so we took North Lamar to Yeager, and they're not bike oriented at all.
Okay.
I'm surprised I didn't get Smoothie King footage in there, but you'll just have to take my word for it. We got 32-ounce Smoothie Kings. That's a whole quart. It was too much.
I just don't like the high crash signs.
This is us trying to take... So what we ended up doing is taking Dessau down, which turns into Cameron. The top of Dessau was fine. It had new bike lanes and things, but where it started turning more into Cameron, the bike lanes went away and there were all these high crash signs everywhere.
New bike lanes at the top? Yeah.
So it was sketchy. This was the sketchiest part. Then that took us to Berkman, which took us to Meuller. And Meuller has a nice little trail. Then we cut through the Cherrwood neighborhood to get back to the best coffee shop in Austin, Texas, Dear Diary Coffee.
Like, people don't want to admit weakness.
It was after hours, and we wanted ice. Good thing Jessica knows the owner.
It's so nice. Like, this is my living room, you know?
I think so. That's what I was just thinking. It's like, this is your living room, isn't it?
So now we're headed down Boggy Creek, the path, because that will like kind of take us south through East Austin.
No, yeah, the closest one is Barton Springs and Lamar here. And, like, so with
You're good.
Our destination is Pleasant Valley. That's where we're going to split off.
Goods gone. Thank you.
So Jessica went home and I went to Buzzmill because I had some time to kill before the race. I got my very favorite drink at Buzzmill other than coffee and water, which is a watered down lemonade. Then, shamefully, I went to Chipotle. I made Chipotle mistakes. I was really hungry. And then I went through Roy G to get to the Montopolis Bridge. Roy G is messed up right now. All the trails on the north of the river are all closed, and then south of the river they've changed a bunch of stuff. So I was like, I don't know where I am. All the landmarks moved. Like they've literally chopped down and mulched trees. So it's like, But anyway, I eventually made my way through and got myself to the Montopolis Bridge and climbed up the path to the Montopolis Bridge. Ta-da! Here we are, alongside Ed Bluestein. I got there pretty early, so it was mostly just the volunteers there. And I ate my shame burrito. I paid for all of it, so I had to eat all of it.
Bad fucking news. Enzo. Hello, Enzo. Is that short for Lorenzo?
No, it's Enzo Ferrari.
Oh.
The race registration was under the bridge. So I knew about this because my buddy Alejandro,
Anxious.
this was his first ever race of any kind. And on Monday I took him on his first ever mountain bike ride on my full suspension. Or he rode my full suspension and I rode my Fairdale, of course. Drama. Oh, don't worry, there's another chain issue in a bit.
We all knew you were gonna get it. Shit! That's how strong your quads are.
Damn.
Take it easy. Danny, hold on. Now flex for us, Veronica.
That was pretty cute.
Damn. Crap. Oh, dang. It's nothing. Even like one of those. We made it. Let's go down and say
Back down to the start. I see a lot of the aviators hanging down there. Looks like we got a commuter on the bridge. Hold on 1 second.
They were staging the next race, so they didn't need the track. So at that point, I was like, wow, it's almost 9. Almost my bedtime. Ominous furniture on the trail. So I decided to go on home. And that's it. Ride all day day.